Don't be put off by it, don't be think it's too daunting, and get it on your car and reap all the results. Not in terms of nice hydrophobics and water behaviour, but also that additional safety that it'll give you driving in torrential rains and bad conditions generally. So you've been around in our case, you've done the glass compound, you're wanting to put that next level of protection on. And one of my favourite products to do so is this Glaco Ultra. So it says on here then, Glaco Chemical Liquid Super Wiper. That's the name. This is known as Glaco Ultra. So you would liken this then somewhat similar to a ceramic coating for paint. You can get ceramic coatings for glass. This is a similar sort of thing. It's a 12-month duration. They estimate that it would last. Obviously it's highly dependent on weather conditions, how much you're using your wipers and everything if it's on the windscreen. But it's a good gauge nonetheless. This had been on around 12 months prior to just removing it with the compound. So we're going to get it back on for another application for another year. So it's as easy as that then. All you do is squeeze gently as you go. You'll see the application. It does recommend you do it in a somewhat circular motion. It can be quite controversial, circular motions around car care industry, but that's what they recommend. I like to do the straight lines around the edges to make sure you've got full coverage and you're not missing any bits, and then fill it in between with the circular motion. Don't recommend using this in direct sunlight. Unlucky for us, it's just coming back over onto this side, but we'll leave it the correct amount of dwell time as it recommends, just to dry on the surface and give that protective layer before we remove it. So what we'll do in the meantime is get on with the other ones. So once you've gone around the edges then and you're filling in with a circular motion, what I'd recommend is you're not going sort of using all the felt. If when you're doing your circulars, you try and half overlap every time. That'll make sure you've got real nice even coverage. When it starts to dry then and go off in terms of doing what it's supposed to be doing, you give it that dwell time to bond to the glass correctly. You will see a change in colour. In this case it'll give you a slight like white hazing, and that just means it's doing what it should be. Once you've reached the full amount of time you're supposed to leave it on for, then we'll look at wiping it off and it'll leave that super nice hydrophobic finish behind. So what I've just done then to show you the difference between whether you have compounded your glass correctly or not, and whether it's willing to accept a compound such as Glaco Ultra or a ceramic coating, something like that for glass. What you'll see here is a nice uniform drying, obviously in the markings that you've obviously put into it, so obviously you can see where we've gone around the edges, and then when we filled it in a circular motion in between, you should see somewhat the similar for all three of them in this case, which you can. What I've done then is, before I've compounded the wing mirror, I've just applied basically a bit that were left on the felt pad from the Ultra to show you the difference and what you're not supposed to see. So if you've not done it correctly, what you'll see then is this general what looks like hydrophobic behaviour that's left behind here. So you can see how it looks as though it's water spotting, and that's because we haven't compounded this glass before trying to reapply Ultra, and it's just not accepting it like it would do if it was bare glass, untreated. So you can see there with the surface finish the difference, which is not desirable. You're looking obviously like we've got in these cases, this nice pattern we've got that's basically just how we've applied during application. It's dried as such. This has been on long enough now to remove that, and we'll leave that nice hydrophobic behaviour behind. So like I mentioned, next steps then, once this has been on for the amount of time, it's been in place, you'll see this discoloration and where it turns into like a white hazing, and it's time to get it off and leave the what should be real nice hydrophobic water behaviour behind. So what's really nice about this product in Glaco Ultra is it is super easy to remove. As long as you've done what you're supposed to during application, you'll see the white hazing and the sort of, it's not like a powder as such, but that's what it comes off a bit like. You'll see, it just comes off real nice. It's real noticeable then in the slickness that you get as well, just even rubbing a microfiber over it that's dry. So we'll get all 3 windows done, and then we'll get that DI water back out, give it a quick squirt and show you the hydrophobic difference between after we'd compounded and after the application of Ultra. You can see where it's brought off again there then, just a nice, you know, I would say powdery, but it's not too bad in terms of, it's not as though it's coming off everywhere, but gives you that nice removal. Flip over to a fresh side, get the third one done. So we've got his trusted DI water back out. We'll just give this a light spray as we did after compounding and to show you the difference. As you saw after the compounding, it was very flat, no water behaviour that was noticeable, and you can see here, I've tried not to flood it too much, just give it a general light misting. Just to show you those nice hydrophobics at the back, just as you'd expect. So obviously all you do is repeat this process for whatever glass you're looking to do, whether it's side windows, windscreen, the back screen on the rear, all absolutely the same in terms of how you compound it, how you then put your protection on, whether you're using a ceramic coating, compound like Glaco Ultra we've used today, all exactly the same, just repeat that process. So back in the garage then, after using Soft99's Glaco Ultra, obviously in our case we have prepared the glass in a prior video to this one, and I'll link that up in the card, up in the top corner for you to have a look at in terms of what would you do prior to applying this, what are the preparation stages required, whether you're on bare, clean, virgin glass, or you're on a pre-treated or coated glass that you've done previously. So that cleaning method and compounding is exactly the same for both if you're wanting the best results. Soft99's product ranges then, from what I've experienced, I've always got on with them really well. They can be somewhat expensive compared to some of their competitors, but if you're willing to pay, then you know pretty much wherever you're going to pay for their products, they're going to do exactly what they say they will. So you've seen how super quick and easy this application is. It's, I would say, quite a bit easier than compounding the glass. So if you're worried about, oh, I'm not sure, I've never used a glass coating, ceramic coating, something like Glaco's Ultra coating here, which they call their chemical liquid super wiper. I think that's just how it translates, you know, in terms of what would we call it. We wouldn't call it that, but that's obviously translated from Japanese. I wouldn't let anyone be put off or think these are daunting in any way in terms of, you know, ceramic coatings can have a bit of a bad rep, so can machine polishing in terms of how difficult and inaccessible they are. This definitely does not fall into that category. So as long as you've compounded correctly, which I would say is a more difficult step, especially if you've never done it before, but if you're on clear virgin glass that's non-coated previously, then you're going to have a super easy time compounding as long as it's clean before. If you've had a pre-treatment on and maybe it's not fully come off, or you've not used it to end of life and you're just doing this as a bit of a maintenance, then compounding that existing treatment off will be somewhat more difficult, and doing that in the preparation phase is super important. As I've shown you previously, if you've not compounded properly then before the application of Glaco Ultra, then you will have some definite issues. Like I've showed you, there'll be somewhat hydrophobic behaviour going on from a pre-existing coating, so that compounding is a super important step, and as long as you've done that correctly, the application method for this is super easy. As you can see, I just went all around the border, and then all basically I did is circular motions, doing roughly a 50-50 overlap as you're applicating, doing that. You literally leave it a few minutes, 2-3 minutes could be enough, up to 5 minutes is absolutely fine. Obviously they don't recommend using these products in direct sunlight, so if you can help it, try not to do that. But if you've no other option, then you can do that. You just have to be aware of dwell times and everything and how long you're leaving it on there. Like I say then, this is a super accessible product, super easy to use, really durable for what it is. You know, it's a non-ceramic coating and they claim up to 12 months life. In reality, could you get 12 months? Absolutely. I've had about 12 months out of this. And if you're talking side windows or less affected windows, wing mirrors, things like that, this will last absolutely fine. If you're talking wing screen, you know, rear view glass, are you using your wipers a lot? If you are, these products will be quite limited in the life. But if you say on the motorway quite a bit and you're letting this do its job once you're up and above 50 miles an hour, then you won't really need to use your wipers. If you're at that 70 miles an hour range, it'll limit your use of the wipers in the first place when it's raining. I think this is one of the most underrated products for improving safety when driving. If you're in real heavy torrential conditions or monsoon, then this definitely improves visibility. It makes driving in those horrible conditions that much safer, and I think it's quite an underrated property of these products really. So I hope you've enjoyed today's review of Soft99's Glaco Ultra. Like I say, don't be put off by it, don't be think it's too daunting, and get it on your car and reap all the results. Not in terms of nice hydrophobics and water behaviour, but also that additional safety that it'll give you driving in torrential rains and bad conditions generally. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, that really helps the channel out, gets it pushed out to more people. Liking and subscribing, send this video to someone if you think they might find it useful, and we'll see you next time.